Hi, Aaron here. In this video, we're going to look at one of the most basic controls for an audit-ready workflow in Jira Cloud, which is locking issues against editing based on workflow status. You've probably noticed that by default, Jira issues can be edited even after they've been closed. This is usually a problem for audit readiness in a regulated environment. To solve this, we're going to lock our closed issues using workflow properties. There are two different ways to do this, depending on whether you're using a company-managed project or a team-managed project. Let's look at a company-managed project first. To do this, you'll need site admin permissions, and you'll go to Settings, Issues, Workflows. Then you'll search for your workflow in the list. When you find it, select Edit. When the workflow opens, find the status that you'd like to lock, and select Properties. Jira provides a lot of configuration power through workflow properties. In this case, we want to add properties that will restrict editing fields, adding attachments, and adding comments. Of course, you can pick and choose and tailor these properties to suit your needs. For example, maybe you want to restrict editing fields, but not restrict commenting. You'll have that flexibility. Okay, I'm going to fast forward as I add all the properties I want. There. I've added all the properties to restrict editing fields, attachments, and comments in the Done status. I'll list the properties in the video description so that you can copy-paste them. You'll notice that for some of these properties, I've configured to disable the actions completely. But for others, I've restricted the actions to a specific project role, role ID 10003. This role ID represents add-ons and Jira automation. So this configuration will ensure that our third-party apps and our Jira automation will continue to work even though the record is locked for regular users. Now we've locked the Done status, but no other statuses. If we wanted to lock another status, we'd repeat this process by adding the same properties to each of the other workflow steps we wanted to lock. But for this demo, we'll stick with just the Done status. So the last thing to do is to scroll up and publish our changes. Feel free to select to create a backup if you're just playing around. And there. Now we can see this finished user story is locked against further editing and will remain audit ready. That was editing a company-managed project. The process is similar for team-managed projects, but you'll find the configurations in a different place. For team-managed projects, go to Project Settings instead of Site Settings. Select Issue Types, pick an issue type, select to edit its workflow. Now you can edit this workflow in the same way as a company-managed project by adding the necessary workflow properties to each status that should be locked. For this demo, I'm just going to add the property for locking field editability. Save the workflow when you're done, and you'll probably want to select to automatically update all associated issue types. Now you can exit back to your board and make sure the new configuration is working as expected. And now we can see this completed issue is locked as expected. And that's it. There's a lot you can do with workflow properties. This is just a small preview. Check out some of my other videos or Atlassian's documentation to learn more. Thanks for watching.